Among several of you, I have heard several times, we could never do what she's doing. All of us, both who disagree and agree with this decision, have commented on the strength of her leadership, the confidence with which she speaks, her independent nature, the conviction she possesses, and by looking at her previous professions, we know that she has been quite a successful graduate. No one can dispute, whether we agree with this decision or not, that she is a product of this college. Whether we are for going co-ed or against going co-ed, one thing is certain. We must walk into these sessions that they are offering us with open, rational minds. We must give them a chance to explain themselves. In fact, they are offering this to us because they want that chance to explain themselves. So what do we have to lose? I say we gear up with all of our tough questions. They can handle it. We need to tear apart their proposals and re-tear it apart. In fact, I think in a small way, the Board of Trustees is hoping that we find something huge that they have missed. Because if we do find something huge, I don't believe that they're going to ignore those concerns. And I know you may be skeptical of that, but I think it's true. Let's look at it this way. Two phrases of rhetoric that have been flying around this campus. The first one, let's talk about it. Dead before co-ed. I don't think that we as students understand the weight of that term. Yes, it's stinging, and yes, it's trite, but do we know what that really means? What that means is if these numbers are correct, and if these studies are correct, and if all of this is right, that this school is better off as a nursing home or whatever else it might be. I don't think that's where most of us stand. I think that's why it transitioned to dead is co-ed. It transitioned this because to most of us, the school we know has died. In a lot of ways, you are right. We students believe it will never have the same qualities, the same characteristics, and maybe we're right. The board has another message. They say co-ed is life. It's not their official message, that's why. It's life because it allows this institution to continue as a place of academia. The board are the ones trying to retain the school as an academic institution with close faculty-student ratios. They want to educate men to be feminists. They want it to remain as much of R-MWC as possible. This is why they want your input. This is why 2 more students will be appointed to the name change committee. This is why the people who have chosen to serve in other committees will be handpicked by the students. They want our help as much as we want to give it. Now, what I've stated is just a statement of facts. It does not at all indicate my opinion either way. It is a simple statement of facts of what they have said to us in meetings. Whether we agree with the outcome of the research that we will look into or not, this is an attempt by the Board of Trustees at goodwill. They are saying to us that if these numbers are correct, if we as students find something possible, they want our help. They are saying they need our help. So I encourage all of you to go to these presentations, all of which will be announced via email in the portal. Use your cognitive distancing, use your ability to reason, use your rational capabilities, use everything that the school has taught you to, and really analyze these proposals. If the board successfully answers all of our questions, then good on them. But if we find fault within these studies and the numbers, then good on us. They hope that this process will appease all concerns and suspicions. Again, if it does not, we will be back to the drawing board. Please do not take this as a sign of omission from either party. I urge you to see this as a compromise. I urge you to see this as the first step forward that both sides are willing to take. To be honest, there shouldn't even be sides. This is R-MWC. We have always been a family. Even the most polarized of us have to admit that this just isn't fun. It's not what our ranks represent, it's not what our character exemplifies, and I hope in my heart of hearts that this gets us a step closer to where we need to be as a community. A quote from Rumi was recently shared with me, and it states, "Beyond the fields of rightness and wrongness there is a field. I'll meet you there." Let's sort through this. Let's get our questions on the table. Let's figure out who's right, who's wrong. Maybe nobody's right, maybe nobody's wrong. Maybe both sides end up having to give a little. But let's get to that field, because I think both parties can agree that the grass is greener on the other side. Please don't hesitate to contact me personally with any questions that you may have about the coalition stance, and I look forward to talking with each of you individually. Thank you for coming today.